I'll want to share something that completely changed my life. It's a story I never imagined I would have to tell, and honestly, even today, when I think about it, it still hurts, but maybe by telling it, I can finally let go a little, or maybe someone listening will understand what betrayal really feels like. For many years, I lived a very simple life. I wasn't rich, I wasn't privileged, I wasn't born with anything special. I worked hard, really hard. Day and night, I took small jobs, overtime shifts, and saved every dollar I could. My dream wasn't big. I didn't want luxury or anything expensive. I only wanted stability. I wanted a place I could call my own, a home built with my sweat and years of sacrifice. After a long struggle, I finally bought a house. It wasn't a perfect house, but it was perfect for me. It gave me pride, peace, and happiness. Every time I entered it, I felt like I had achieved something huge. It felt like all my hard work finally meant something. My sister was very different from me. She wasn't careful with money. She spent more than she earned. She borrowed money, used credit cards, and ignored the consequences. Over time, her debts became worse and worse. Eventually, her total debt reached $214,000. A huge amount, an amount that could destroy someone's life. My mother always supported her, thinking she would change one day, but she didn't. Instead, her problems grew bigger. I stayed away from their financial mess because I knew I couldn't help that much. And even if I did, it wouldn't fix the root problem. My sister needed discipline, not temporary help. After years of non-stop work, I finally decided to take a vacation. A small break, a few days to breathe, to rest, to feel like a normal human again. I told my mother and sister about my trip. I packed my bags, locked the house, and left peacefully, thinking nothing would go wrong in such a short time. During my vacation, life felt so relaxing. I walked on beaches, took photos, enjoyed the weather, and slept peacefully. I wasn't checking family messages much. I thought everything was normal. I had no idea that something unbelievable was happening behind my back. While I was smiling and enjoying my trip, my future was being destroyed. My mother and sister were making a plan that I still cannot understand today. They were desperate to solve the debt crisis, and instead of asking me, instead of talking to me, instead of finding legal or moral help, they made a plan that would break me. They decided to sell my house. Not their house, not shared property. My house, the house I bought myself, the house I built with my sweat and dreams, the only stable thing in my life. They never called me, never messaged me, never asked me, nothing. When my vacation ended, I returned home feeling refreshed. I called my mother to tell her I reached. Her voice didn't sound normal. She sounded scared, or maybe guilty. I asked her if everything was okay. She said she had something important to tell me. I became anxious, but I wasn't prepared for what she said next. She told me, "We sold your house." At first, I thought I misheard. I asked again, and she repeated the same thing. I felt numb. I couldn't even react. My mind froze. My body froze. No words came out. I kept thinking this had to be a prank or some misunderstanding, but it wasn't. I immediately rushed to my house. When I reached there, I saw people I had never seen before living in it. My furniture was gone. My belongings were missing. Everything I had built over years was gone in a matter of days. I felt like the ground under me disappeared. I stood there, unable to move, unable to think. My house, my hard work vanished. I went straight to my mother. I asked her how she could do something like this. She said my sister needed help and she had no choice. I told her it was my house. She said family sacrifices are important. My sister stood there and told me not to be dramatic, that helping her was more important than a house. They acted like I was the problem. They betrayed me and expected me to accept it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to fight with my family, but I also didn't want to let this injustice go. So I went to a lawyer to understand the legal situation. The lawyer told me something shocking. Since the house was in my name, nobody could sell it without my permission. That meant someone had forged my signature and pretended to be me. The betrayal was deeper than I imagined. I now had two painful choices: either stay silent and lose everything, or take legal action against my own family. It wasn't an easy choice. Filing a case against your mother and sister is something no one wants to do. But if I stayed silent, I would lose my future, my stability, my dreams, and they would think that what they did was acceptable. I filed the case. The process was painful. My mother cried. My sister blamed me. Relatives called me heartless. Everyone had opinions, but nobody understood my pain. Nobody saw the years of struggle behind that house. Nobody saw how broken I was from inside. Through this entire experience, I learned many things. I learned that even family can betray you. I learned that trust can break in one moment. I learned that people can justify their wrong actions by calling it family loyalty. And I learned that you must protect yourself, because sometimes the people closest to you might hurt you the most. Losing my house wasn't just losing a building. It was losing a part of myself. A part I can never get back. But I gained something else: the strength to stand up for myself, the courage to say no, the wisdom to set boundaries. Even today, the memory hurts, but I survived and I learned. And that is my story.